They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but I always thought the real way in was showing up, being present when no one else was. That's what I did for Mason. I was there through the job losses, the late-night anxiety attacks, the broken promises he made to himself. And when he turned to me one night and said, "You're the only person who makes me feel like I'm worth something," I believed him. So when his 30th birthday started creeping closer, I decided to go all out. I wanted to make him feel celebrated, cherished, like the world was better because he existed. I thought that's what love was. Giving joyfully, without needing to be asked. I didn't keep count of the times I paid the rent, covered his car repairs, or sent him grocery money because he forgot his card again. It didn't feel like a burden. It felt like partnership. Like the kind of love that builds a life. I booked a rooftop venue, a gorgeous spot downtown with twinkling lights and a view of the river. Mason always said he dreamed of celebrating something big there one day. So I made it happen. I reached out to the chef we'd once seen on a travel show, the one Mason called a magician with lamb. Booked him too. The cake? Custom made. Each tier represented a decade of his life, baby pictures, high school football trophies, and a fondant PlayStation on top because he still played Call of Duty like it was a full-time job. I even asked his family for stories to incorporate into a birthday video. His mom sent me the photo of him dressed as a cowboy for his 5th birthday. His sister dug out the embarrassing dance footage from prom. I edited it all with music he loved, a mix of 90s hip-hop and cheesy acoustic covers. It took me 5 nights, but I wanted it to be perfect. Looking back now, I realize how much I romanticized him. He was charming, yes. Funny when he wanted to be. Grateful, or so I thought. He used to say, "You make me feel like the luckiest guy alive." I didn't know then that luck had nothing to do with it. He wasn't lucky. He was calculated. And I was just another move in his game. It was a Tuesday afternoon, one of those rare slow moments between meetings. I was curled up on the couch, laptop beside me, scrolling through wine lists to finalize the menu for Mason's birthday. I called him. He picked up, breathless. "Hey babe, what's up?" "Quick question," I smiled. "Do you want the Chianti we had at Emiliano's, or that Argentine Malbec you liked on our anniversary?" "Oh damn, the Malbec. Definitely. You're the best. I'll make it up to you tonight." "Deal," I said. "Love you." Love the call cut off mid-sentence. Or so I thought. I didn't even realize my phone was still connected until I heard him laughing. Loud, carefree, unfiltered. At first I thought it was background noise from wherever he was, maybe playing video games with his friends. But then I heard my name. "Chloe?" He chuckled. "Man, she thinks I'm serious. Like, dead serious. She's probably on her laptop right now planning some sentimental crap for my birthday. It's cute. And by cute, I mean profitable." The room around me vanished. My screen blurred. I froze. "Dude, you've been living with her for free for like, what, 8 months now?" Someone asked. "More like 10. She pays for everything. Food, rent, my gas, you name it. She even helped me get new tires on the Jeep. Told her I couldn't drive safe without them. Easy bank. Baby. No fees, no limits." They roared with laughter. Mason laughed the loudest. I wanted to vomit. Another voice cut in. "But what about that brunette from Friday night?" "Oh, Carla? Nah man, she's just for fun. And then there's Nina, who doesn't ask questions. Unlike Chloe, she needs meaning and connection. Pfft. She's like background music, you know?" My heart clenched. My mouth went dry. He was talking about me like I wasn't a person, like I was a subscription he was using until the trial ended. No respect. No regret. I sat there listening, unable to move. I should have ended the call. I should have screamed, cried, thrown something. But I didn't. Because when the truth hits you that hard, you don't react right away. You fall slowly, through layers of disbelief, shock, rage. Then you land. And you realize. The man you loved never existed. There was only a mask. And now, it had slipped. The call disconnected at some point. I don't remember when. I just remember sitting in absolute silence, my phone screen dark, my breathing shallow, the taste of betrayal sharp in my mouth. I didn't cry. I couldn't. It was like my body was too stunned to process what I had just heard. The apartment we shared felt foreign. His clothes hanging on the rack. His sneakers by the door. His half-finished protein shake on the kitchen counter, all taunting me, each one whispering, "He never loved you." That night, Mason came home late, grinning, all boyish charm. He leaned in to kiss me, but I turned my face just slightly so it landed on my cheek. He didn't even notice. "How was your day, babe?" he asked, grabbing a beer from the fridge like nothing had happened. "Oh, you know," I said, forcing a smile. "Same old. Work. Birthday prep." "Nice," he said, plopping on the couch. "I've got the best girlfriend in the world. Seriously. You spoil me." His words echoed in my mind, but not the way he thought. I could still hear his voice from the call. "Easy bank, baby. No fees, no limits." That night, I lay in bed beside him while he snored softly, completely at peace. I stared at the ceiling and felt the stirrings of something unfamiliar. Not sadness, not heartbreak, but power. It was cold, precise, and awakening. He thought I was naive. He thought I was easy. He thought he was playing me. But now? Now I had every card. And I was going to play them all. The next morning, I woke up with one thought: let him dig his own grave. I couldn't confront him. Not yet. Not when he could twist the story, gaslight me, fake tears. Mason was too smooth for that. I needed to be smarter. So I smiled. I laughed at his jokes. I kissed him goodbye before work. And then, I began. First, I called the venue and upgraded the dinner plan. "Let's add 2 more tables," I said sweetly. "Just in case we have a few special guests." Next, I called his mother. "Hi, Mrs. West. Just wanted to confirm the RSVP for Mason's birthday. Would love if you and Mr. West could say a few words during the toast. You've been such a big part of his life, it'd mean a lot." "Oh, sweetheart," she said. "You're such a gem." "Of course. We'll be there early." "Perfect." Then came the detective work. I found Carla first, the Friday night brunette. Her Instagram was public. Sloppily so. Photos from last weekend, one of Mason's hoodies visible in the corner of her mirror selfie. I saved it. Then Nina. She was trickier. But I found her in his recently added contacts on our shared Apple account. One reverse search and a little online digging later, bingo. She worked at a nearby cafe. I visited it, ordered a coffee, smiled politely. She was cute. Younger than me. The kind of girl who probably had no idea Mason had a girlfriend, let alone one paying for his entire lifestyle. I wasn't angry at her. Yet. Then I created a burner email account. Subject line: "You might want to know the truth about Mason West." I didn't send it. Not yet. I waited, building my collection, messages, receipts, screenshots, a little folder titled his real birthday gift. I even talked to his sister, Kendra. "Don't tell Mason," I whispered over the phone. "But I'm planning something really special. I want him to be surprised." "Oh, he'll be surprised, all right," she giggled. "Yes, he will. More than she could imagine." I watched him over the next few days, the way he scrolled on his phone while I cooked him dinner. The smirk on his face after late-night gym sessions. The way he'd thank me for everything like I was doing him a favor, when in truth, I was funding his entire fantasy life. And every time he smiled at me, kissed my forehead, or called me his girl, I felt nothing. No pain. No love. Just strategy. Like a general watching the enemy walk straight into an ambush they never saw coming. Mason's birthday week arrived like a storm I was silently waiting to unleash. But outside, everything looked serene. He was in an unusually good mood, whistling in the shower, checking himself out in the mirror more than usual. 30 looks good on me, he smirked, flexing in the hallway mirror. I smiled. It does. You've got that I live off my girlfriend glow. He laughed, completely oblivious to the venom in my joke. Every moment with him that week was like walking next to someone who didn't realize they were standing on a landmine. One more step. Just a little closer. Keep smiling, Mason. He kept talking about his plans after his birthday, how he wanted to start taking life more seriously, maybe even talk to his dad about investing in a business idea. I nodded through all of it. He never once mentioned me in those plans. He talked like a man entering a new chapter, and I was just the prologue, a convenient stepping stone. I took him shopping 2 days before the dinner, let him pick out a sleek navy blue suit, even paid for the tailoring. Babe, this suit is insane. I'm gonna look like a CEO, he grinned. You'll look like something, all right, I murmured, handing over my credit card one last time. He didn't even blink. That evening, as he lounged on the couch scrolling through his phone, I watched him from the hallway, drink in hand, hoodie I bought him, fingers flying over his screen, probably texting one of his little side flings. You're gonna remember this birthday for the rest of your life, I whispered to myself. Just not the way you think. The rooftop venue glowed under warm string lights, soft jazz playing in the background. The table settings were perfect, deep blue napkins, silver-rimmed glassware, and custom place cards I'd handwritten weeks ago, back when I was still in love. Now they felt like props in a play. Guests began to arrive, dressed to impress. Mason's friends, the same ones who'd laughed about Easy Bank Chloe, showed up in blazers and loafers, grinning like the smug little fraternity leftovers they were. They each hugged me, too polite to show their true faces. I returned every hug like a woman on a mission. Mason's family arrived next. His mother, wearing pearls, kissed me on the cheek. You've really outdone yourself. Chloe. Thank you, I said softly. Tonight is special. Mason made his entrance 15 minutes later, looking every bit the confident golden boy in the suit I bought, shades on despite the sunset. Damn, he said as he hugged me from behind, this is. Wow. You really did all this for me? No, Mason, I said, turning to face him with a smile. This is just the beginning. He laughed. You always know how to make a guy feel like a king. The dinner started smoothly. Laughter, wine, toasts. People said the usual things. You've always been a dreamer, Mason. We're so proud of the man you're becoming. You're lucky to have Chloe. Lucky. Oh, they had no idea. Once the main course ended, I stood up and tapped my glass with a fork. Hi, everyone, I said warmly, smiling at the sea of faces. First of all, thank you all for coming. It means the world to Mason, and to me, to have you all here to celebrate such a milestone. 30 is a big deal. Thank you all for coming. It means the world to Mason, and to me, to have you all here to celebrate such a milestone. 30 is a big deal. Mason raised his glass, grinning. She's amazing, right? People clapped. And that's when I dropped the smile. But before we get to dessert, I thought we could enjoy a little video I put together. The lights dimmed. The projector turned on. Mason leaned back, expectant, clearly ready to bask in a nostalgia-filled tribute of his life. And for the first 10 seconds, that's exactly what it was, a photo montage of baby Mason, toddler Mason on his dad's shoulders, football trophies, prom pictures. People chuckled and awed. But then, the screen went black. The music stopped. And a recording began to play. His voice. Man, she thinks I'm serious. Like, dead serious. She's probably on her laptop right now planning some sentimental crap for my birthday. It's cute. And by cute, I mean profitable. Dead silence fell across the room. Mason froze. Dude, you've been living with her for free for like, what, 8 months now? More like 10. She pays for everything. Food, rent, my gas, EasyBank, baby. No fees, no limits. His mother gasped. One of his friends started coughing awkwardly. And then the second part played, the text side screen recorded from his chats with Carla and Nina. Can't wait to get out of this boring chick's apartment. She's just my sponsor until I can level up. She cries when I tell her I love her. What a joke. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." Mason leapt to his feet. Chloe, what the hell is this? I turned to face him, full poise. This, Mason, is your real birthday present. The mask is off now. Enjoy. He reached for the projector, but it was too late. Everyone had already seen. His mother stood slowly. Is this true? Moem, she slapped her napkin down. His sister turned away in disgust. His father shook his head and walked out. One of his friends whispered, "Damn, man," and followed. Then came the true final blow. 2 guests arrived late, escorted in by staff, Carla and Nina. Both holding printed copies of the email I'd sent them. They looked at Mason. Then at me. Thanks for the heads up, Carla said to me coldly. He told me you were his roommate. I was his bank, I replied. Glad you could join us. Mason looked like he'd swallowed glass. The spotlight was on him. And he was finally, painfully alone. The rooftop was silent for a few moments after the video ended. No one knew where to look. Forks were frozen mid-air, wine glasses half raised. It was like everyone had just watched a slow-motion car crash they couldn't unsee. Mason stood there, red-faced, eyes darting wildly like he was searching for a reset button on reality. This is insane, he barked, trying to laugh it off. She's twisting things. It's a prank. Babe, tell them, don't call me babe, I said calmly. My voice carried across the rooftop like a sharp breeze. Tell them what, Mason? That I hacked your phone? That I used deepfakes to create hours of audio and text messages? His friends looked at each other awkwardly. His mother spoke next, voice icy. I raised you better than this. Mason scoffed. Mom, come on, don't, she said. Don't you dare try to charm your way out of this. You humiliated that girl. And you embarrassed us. He reached for my arm, desperate now. Chloe. You're overreacting. It was just guy talk, okay? I didn't mean, I pulled away. You didn't mean to mock me? To use me? To sleep with other women while I paid your rent? Nina stepped in then, arms crossed. He told me you were just his jealous ex who was still living with him. Carla added, he told me you were his cousin. Gasps followed. A laugh or two from the back, not kind ones. I looked him in the eyes. You played the long game, Mason. But so did I. The only difference is, I knew I wasn't in love with a man. I was in love with a mask. He tried to interrupt again, but I held up a finger. I've already spoken to the landlord. The lease was in my name. You're off it. You have 24 hours to clear your stuff. He turned pale. Wait, what? I've frozen all the cards you were using. The gym membership? Gone. Streaming services? Cancelled. And the car lease you were bragging about to your friends? In my name. I'm taking it back tomorrow. His jaw clenched. You're doing this now? In front of everyone? You humiliated yourself, Mason, I said coldly. I just provided the soundtrack. He looked around the rooftop, at the disappointed faces, at the people turning away from him like he was something rotting in the sun. And then he did what I never thought I'd see. He ran. Literally ran. Down the stairs, out the building. No goodbye. No apology. Just the crash of his entire world caving in on itself. I stood there, wine glass in hand, feeling a strange kind of peace. Not joy. Not triumph. Just peace. It didn't take long for Mason to realize just how empty his life was without me. 3 days after the birthday dinner from hell, the night his mask melted in front of his friends and family, I received his first message. Mason, Chloe. Can we please talk? I messed up. I didn't mean half of what I said. I was just trying to sound cool in front of the guys. Please. I didn't reply. 2 hours later, another message. Mason, I haven't been able to sleep. Everything is gone. My mom won't take my calls, and I'm couch surfing. Please just hear me out. A week passed. My silence was a symphony. He upped the effort. Showed up outside my apartment, the one he no longer had a key to. Security buzzed me from the front. Ma'am, there's a man downstairs claiming to be your fiancé. I actually laughed. Tell him to try that line with the next woman he mooches off. The next day, I came out of my office building to find a bouquet of wilting roses sitting on the hood of my car. A note tucked under them. I was a fool. I see that now. You were the best thing in my life. I took you for granted. Please, Chloe. I'll do anything. Funny. He never thought to say that when I was paying his bills and funding his lifestyle. But I wasn't done. I waited a few days. Let him stew. Let the desperation marinate. Then I called him. He answered on the first ring. Chloe? He sounded like a man hearing water in a desert. Hey, Mason, I said sweetly. How's your week going? Still couch hopping? He hesitated. Yeah, things have been rough. I've been thinking about everything. I was stupid. Really stupid. I miss you. Ah, I said, feigning concern. And the side chicks? Are they still taking applications for gold digger rehab or? Chloe, please. That wasn't real. That was that was just a fantasy, okay? None of them were you. They weren't even close. I let a slow breath out. You're right. None of them were me. They were cheap distractions. I was your ATM, your emotional safety net, your image boost. But they were your entertainment. He was quiet. Then, I'll make it right. Let me take you to dinner. I'll show you I've changed. I smirked. Dinner? With whose money, Mason? Your new sponsor? Chloe. No, seriously, I said, letting my tone drop. I want to understand your vision. Am I footing the bill again? Should I bring my checkbook, or just wire you the money directly after dessert? He winced. I could hear it in his silence. Come on, he muttered. Don't do this. You're better than this. No, I snapped. I was better than this. You decided to play me. Now I'm just giving you a taste of your own script. He tried to pivot. I miss waking up next to you. Of course, you do, I said. Free rent and warm sheets, who wouldn't miss that? He got desperate then. You don't understand. Everyone hates me. My parents disowned me. My friends avoid me. Carla and Nina both ghosted me. You turned yourself into a pariah, Mason. I just turned on the lights. Chloe, I need you. No, Mason, I said with a finality so sharp it cut through him. You need someone. You always did. But you don't get to need me anymore. He tried to keep speaking, but I ended the call. Blocked his number. Again. I felt no guilt. That night, I posted a picture on Instagram, me at a high-end lounge, legs crossed, wine glass in hand, glowing in gold lighting.